All right.
But first and foremost, guys, I just want to say, be safe out there. Stay home, guys. That's the number one thing. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Eat healthy. Do whatever you got to do. This virus is real crazy, so of course, it's all about making sure yourself, your family, coworkers, you guys are all safe. Be
your
blessed.
animals, your dogs, your
everything, your
cats, your
Pet,
parrots.
yeah, pet rat.
Yeah.
Gerbil.
I miss Jimmy.
I would just like to say, first and foremost, welcome to SportsBS. That is the name of our group. We are ready to entertain you guys, show you guys why we are dedicated to doing this, and making sure that we are just very successful in this type of thing, you know? So to start it off, one of the questions that we had, again, despite everything that's going on with COVID-19 and all, how are athletes handling the situation right now?
I believe athletes are handling it just the best that they can. They have to stay inside just like every other human being. They're not exempt from it. They may think they're super healthy and they're able to not get it, but that's just ain't it. The virus don't care who you are, what you are, and even like they've even said, animals, they're getting infected too, just like regular human beings. So they are definitely not, any better than anybody else.
Yep. So yeah, we're just gonna reiterate this. I know everybody's an athlete and they want to go outside and get going, shoot some hoops or throw the football around, but just be safe right now and stay inside. Hopefully this will be over soon, but either way, it's better for us to stay inside, not spread this anymore, and then we could start with sports and stuff coming back to playing and stuff.
Yeah, we all got to do our part. Just make sure to, try to prevent as much exposure as we can. Hopefully we'll be able to come out with a cure or, something like that. Maybe eat more lemons. I don't know. Which athletes have gyms, do you guys think? Like LeBron, just getting better at being an athlete.
Well, gentlemen, I'd like to say, of course, LeBron, he has his own gym, a pool, basketball court. So, of course, the man is putting in work 24/7, 365 every single day in the weight room, working on his muscles and stuff like that, on the court, improving his jump shot, stuff like that. And also, Trae Young as well. He has a pool, he has a gym as well. So, again, all sorts of athletes, they just do, their own thing.
Do you think if somebody doesn't have a gym, such as, say Curry, if he didn't have, do you think that, he would be able to get better or get worse? Do you think it affects them?
I think that all the players that are like top athletes or not even top athletes that made it to the NBA, let's say NBA or NFL, they made it there for a reason. They were, even when they didn't have a gym, they were doing workouts at home, like anything they could find to do, they're trying to do it, because that's the reason why they made it to that top position. Like, those guys are like all about football, all about basketball. They're gonna get there one way or another, and I feel like this time it kind of gives them a little bit of time to improve what they don't have a chance to improve on while they're doing the whole training and stuff with their regular team.
For me, like I said, I would, again, if they didn't have the type of access to a gym, a pool, anything like that to work on their upper body strength for their legs and stuff like that, it'll obviously affect their game in one way, shape, or another. Just because, again, like, you need strength to, like basketball, for example, if you're bullying somebody in the post and you have no muscles or no, certain types of post moves or anything like that, again, that's gonna hurt your game really hard. That's where your opponent has been grinding and hustling every single day to do that. So, I agree with that. And then hopefully, like I said, again, they all have the money to do it. They all can invest and do everything. At the end of the day, they're working on their game one way or another. So.
Once again, how are the athletes handling CV-19? How are they going to, prevent themselves from doing all that? What do you think athletes are doing to save money? Maybe they got a nice, huge mansion that they just bought. Do you think that it's affecting them?
You want to go first?
100%. I'll go first. They have a big mansion, so of course they can't, they got everything in that mansion, so they can't go out and spend money or anything like that because everywhere is quarantined right now. So all they can do literally is just stay at home, or unless they send a family member, like, husband or wife, or, if they have a child that's 18 or older, or even, I'll even say like 16, 17 to the store to get, stuff, essentials, food, toilet paper, kinds of stuff, just so they can survive during this pandemic and everything. Other than that, that's, again, they can't really, can't do much, can't go anywhere,
Yeah.
Stuck at home until
saving money just
ban is
from
lifted.
From buying new equipment, from traveling. People are not traveling places. I mean, most places, organizations pay for their airfare. They have their own private plane or something. But since everybody's stuck inside, there's no activities, no restaurants, nothing like that. It's definitely saving the bottom dollar.
I would think a couple of athletes would be a little afraid, maybe that they're on their last couple of years of doing the sport. Maybe they're scared of they'll be a little short on money. They're maybe expecting this season to be their top season. They're all their jerseys, all the money that they thought they would be getting from there. I'm not sure if it works like that, how much money they get from jersey sales and stuff like that. But I think people are a little worried because that they're kind of scared maybe that basketball won't come back in time, or even baseball. I know there's a lot of other sports.
For all the ladies out there that also do sports, you got your cheerleading, you got gymnastics, you got your volleyball. It affects them too in a way because, again, like I said, you can't, you can't put if you had a big backyard and you could put a net up in the backyard, volleyball wise, okay, yeah, but you can only go a certain distance of hitting the ball, or, don't have a pool like that, so you can't swim every single time, that's limited as well.
So. Yeah, gotta stay your distance.
Yeah. And that goes as well for the WNBA and stuff like that. Even the dancers for the sports teams, imagine how they're out of money too. I just feel this at this point right now, a lot of people are a little iffy on their income coming in. So I feel this is gonna change their thoughts on how they save money and how they spend their money, and maybe even investments. I know a lot of people right now are currently looking at the stock market. Just a smart investment right now since it's pretty low.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What do you guys think about, once again, for the normal public saying hey, look at all these superstars, look at LeBron, look at Curry, all this kind of stuff. They're making tons of money. Do you think they're going to be donating to help the cause, try to get the NBA, everything, the NFL back into place?
I think they will. Especially all the money that they make from playing a certain sport, whatever sports they play, from wrestling to volleyball to swimming to basketball and all. Just the fact that, again, a lot of owners and stuff like that are actually taking the time to donate $50,000, $75,000, $100, something, whatever they feel, just to, help find a cure and everything like that. That's very important and very special, and I condemn them for that because, again, you're taking your own money that you've earned over all these years.
Yeah.
And again, you could be nah, I don't want to donate my money. That's mine. I worked hard for that. But to save the world, that means a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel we're all in this together. It's not just affecting one person or one type of race, or it's affecting every single person. And now that we learned it's affecting animals as well. So we just need to I'm so glad that athletes are donating money and helping people out. That's awesome because that's what we need right now. Everybody's currently in their house locked up, so it's pretty sad and people get down, but that's helping everybody get up.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I'm glad athletes are donating their money because it just shows what type of character they have and why they're at the top, elite athletes and stuff like that. What do you think?
I think exactly the same thing. Everybody's tired of being stuck inside, but in order to get over this, this virus, or even, depression, we all have to stick together, move forward. And it affects everybody, not just only athletes, it affects everybody.
Definitely.
We always go back to...
We're back.
We're back here with SportsBS. We appreciate you guys for being here today. We're still going over our main subject of the day. Darius, please enlighten us.
So, how are athletes handling the COVID-19 situation, you guys? So, the next topic we're going to talk about is interacting with you guys, the public, the fans. How are athletes interacting with you guys? So, gentlemen, what do you guys think? How are athletes such as LeBron or Kevin Durant or Serena Williams or Diana Taurasi interacting with their fans?
Go ahead, you go first.
Go ahead, ladies first. Gentlemen first.
So I try to follow a few athletes. I can't name any right now. hold on. Let me.
Go. You're good, dude.
So I don't really follow that much athletes. Just a few of them. I just feel like what I've seen is just them posting about like their family, and they are like getting out the message to stay inside and be safe, and follow all the rules. Like just stay inside and follow your state's advisories.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I also see too fans interacting with the public by just going on TikTok, going on YouTube, making up videos, showing their wardrobe, their shoes, all the things that they were into sports. What shoes? Like, okay, I did this in Game 3. Yeah, I made my highest score, 54 points. So I think fans are just like saying, hey guys, this is serious. Let's all stay inside. We can still talk to each other. We can still, have a good time. Even though it's so boring, let's go ahead and just, let's play a card game. Let's go ahead and do this. So I think fans, in my opinion, are going on social media a little bit more to interact with us because they can't go to games. They can't, meet and greet. You can't buy that expensive ticket and, meet your favorite fan.
Yeah, so like I'm a huge sports fan. Sports are basically my life, guys. Again, on Instagram a lot I see, again, like I said, Trae Young, Brianna Green, she's a basketball player, she'll go on there and put like, questions, asking you guys questions like, who should I play 1v1 next in basketball when the COVID-19's over? Or, just asking random questions, like just ask me anything, So they will, again, if they have the time, of course, again, when you're an athlete in a big sport, whether it's, volleyball, tennis, soccer, you don't have much time, but you'll take time out of the day just to get to know your fans because that's important to you, asking them questions, doing giveaways, stuff like that, asking you guys to subscribe to their videos and giving them recommendations on the next video. They care about you guys and making sure that you guys tune into them because, again, they're doing this for y'all. So...
Back at you, SportsBS here. How are athletes handling this COVID-19 situation? We're thinking, how is this affecting the chemistry of the whole team together? Like, they're not being able to have time together. So how would this affect, like, every sport? I know some sports have, let's say basketball has smaller group than, let's say, football and other sports like that. What do you guys have to say about that?
Yeah, I think every sport's going to be a little bit different because even when this is far gone, a year, 2 months, a week from now, people are still going to have that inside their head like, oh crap, did Johnny have the CV-19? Is there any way that I can get it even though, the virus is already gone? So I think every sport's going to be a little bit different. And I think it's going to affect everybody for their chemistry.
Honestly, yeah, that is a good point there, Nate. And another thing too about that is, again, going back to if you found out a teammate had COVID-19, and then just the fact if you were around them that whole time, again, people would either feel upset, just stressed out and everything like that, like, oh man, like I'm affected now because I was around this person here who also had it. So now, depending on whoever else you're around, coaches, soccer moms, whole 9 yards, so again, chemistry would take a huge hit on it just because, again, it's like, oh, wow, I'm sick. And now I don't know if I'm going to either survive this and recover well or if I'm going to, die. That's the last thing you want is to have that stress inside your head and, everybody else is upset. And then let's say if that player does pass away, then it's like you lose not only a member of the team, but then even more members could, again, be lost by that. And then let alone, it's like, how do we find another player to, I guess not necessarily replace that player, but like to fill in that role. so that team could get a championship. That's the main goal, is getting a championship. But with the pandemic in the way and interfering and all that, it makes it so hard and really difficult and unfortunate.
Yeah, I think this will really affect the chemistry of the whole team. I'm hoping that they are all doing like the Zoom chat or FaceTime, whatever they have available, like just to stay together, because the better the chemistry, the better the team works together. That just makes it everybody work together easier, and they know their next, they can anticipate the next move that they're gonna do. So I feel like this is really affecting their chemistry, but I'm just really hoping that everybody's staying in touch, especially even you guys with all your family and stuff. We're like, try to call any of your friends or anything, because this is like everybody's by themselves in their house. Like I know probably some of your family members are probably like at their own house by themselves. They don't have a partner or family that is with them. So I think this will definitely affect chemistry with the teams, and I guess we'll see how it's going to be affecting all the other like different sports in different ways, how it would affect them.
Yeah. I also think it's going to affect the chemistry when this does blow over and we're able to get back into just sports. You know, people are getting tired. People want to hang out. People want to go to a baseball game. They want to interact. They want the sun, burning them. I think it's just going to affect the chemistry of them. Like, okay, hey, we used to be able to, pass it to the left guy, pass it to the right guy. The middle guy's going to get into the middle. Well, he hasn't been on his game. He hasn't had the training. He's slowed down. He don't have a home gym inside of there. So I think it's going to mess with them a little bit too. Just be like, hey man, we're not playing the same, and then they're going to get frustrated and they're going to take it out on their team, or they might even take it out on themselves. So I think chemistry is definitely going to be a big spark in this. And
also, I'll throw something else in there, the emotion of the crowd, of you guys, because again, you got an opponent that's the away team, and then you're the home team, like the Broncos and the Raiders, you're in Denver. So, of course, Bronco fans, they're very passionate. They're very riled up about their team. Positive things go around. The team comes around, they start getting that energy and stuff like that. Like, oh, man, we're building momentum, as to where, again, if they weren't doing so good, you'll hear a flood of boos and stuff like that. And then it's like, oh, okay, chemistry's bad. Then it's this player's fault, that player's fault, this turnover happened, So it's the emotion of the crowd as well that also can affect that.
Yeah, that just brings us into our, final point. What do you guys... Go ahead and leave comments in the section below. What games do you guys want to? You can't wait to get back to watching live, basketball, maybe football, soccer.
Yeah, it could be tennis. Just something that is just taking a big hit. Like rugby. They're literally body to body, and they're rough and tough. Right now, they literally can't do that for. I don't even know how long it's going to be able to take until that sport gets back into action.
And to my ladies out there as well, what about you guys? Cheerleading, gymnastics, all your guys' sports, let us know as well, so we can get a mindset, an insight of that, and from there discuss that in the future as well, for you guys. Can't forget about you guys. We love y'all too.
We appreciate y'all watching this video.
SportsBS, we'll be back with another show. Check it out.
And we out.
And we out.
And don't forget, guys, make sure to please subscribe to this video. We truly appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. If you guys have any other questions, if you guys have an article that we haven't discussed yet, please let us know. We'd like to use it in our YouTube video. We'll also shout you out.